to go back to that stack and unhook them too. That's my plan.
A winter storm that started early Wednesday, January 20th, attacked both power lines and the quality of life in rural Iowa, bringing freezing rain and ice that caused widespread power outages and forced school closures across the state.
Might want to stand back up a little bit.
The National Weather Service reported ice up to a half-inch thick, coating western and northern Iowa, turning streets and sidewalks into skating rinks, and making driving conditions treacherous across most of the state.
When you have it unhooked, you'll just take her down. Yeah, 10-4.
The storm knocked out power to more than 25,000 Mid-American Energy customers in Des Moines, Fort Dodge, and western Iowa, from Sioux City to Council Bluffs. Alliant Energy reported outages in northwest, central, and southern Iowa. Initial problems in the Corn Belt Power System were manageable. Wednesday morning's freezing rain resulted in 2 lost poles, a dozen or so broken cross arms, and a few burned phases. Several substations were out of service, but power was rerouted after a few hours. Friday's warmer temperatures dramatically changed the system status. Ice fell off bottom phases, causing them to rise to the level of the still sagging top phase. The contact tripped the system, burned conductors, and brought down sections of line near Sac City, Lake City, and Glidden. Most all of the substations in the Raccoon Valley territory were out of service. System restoration required Corn Belt Power linemen to use hot sticks to knock ice off power lines. Thick fog made finding affected areas difficult, especially where transmission lines cross half sections of farm fields covered with deep snow.
What they're working on right now is this stack pole structure, holding the tension of the line going north and to the east here. It's very critical. Well, once they get the pole set here, as they're doing right now, they'll get the anchor leads put down. The anchors themselves are put in, and then they have to bring the conductor up here and the conductor to the east. They have arms yet to fix, so they've probably got another 4 or 5 hours of work here.
By Saturday evening, January 23rd, Corn Belt Power's system was back to normal. Storm damage to the system was surprisingly limited, due in part to rigorous maintenance of transmission lines. A total of 2 poles and 12 crossarms were broken. Corn Belt Power was able to keep the Sherwood to Glidden section of line energized during most of the restoration. This line was reconductored over the past 2 summers. Member distribution co-ops were hit hard by the storm. Raccoon Valley Electric Cooperative experienced more than 600 downed poles and too many broken crossarms and braces to count. Peaking Friday, January 22nd, with 2,700 of its total 2,752 members out of power, outages still totaled approximately 1,000 on Monday. Most all of Raccoon Valley's members had power restored by Friday, January 29th, 10 days after the first phase of the storm began. Calhoun County REC reported 530 outages and approximately 250 broken poles at the height of the storm Friday. All but 125 members in the Lake City and Yetter areas were back in service by Monday. Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative de-energized parts of its system on Friday as the temperature warmed and ice dropped off distribution power lines. All but a dozen members were back online by Friday night. Governor Chet Culver included Calhoun, Carroll, and Sac counties in an ice storm emergency proclamation. He has requested that President Obama declare a presidential disaster for 28 Iowa counties, saying the storm was historically severe and caused at least $26 million in damages.